good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? Back for another episode of Charge It to the Game Sports and Sports Betting Podcast, brought to you by the BetUS Sports app. It's that time of the year, man. Like I said, the same offer still stands, so make that deposit 125% of your original deposit. So go ahead and get that started. It's that time of the year, and then Simply 8 vitamin gummies, man. So use the promo code. I think the promo code is still Super Rome. You get, I think, 10% off. So, but yeah, welcome, man. As you're coming in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Jay is out today. Big Z, man. Z, what's up, man? Football season, baby.
Finally here. Play for real. No more preseason. Let's go. Starting with game one. Buffalo with the Rams. We got a big game.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. Like I said, it's over now. Like I said, fellas, it's that time of the year, man. Like it's back. You know what I mean? It's the real thing. No preseason. We ain't worrying about backups. We're not worrying about, all of this stupid stuff, all this talking. That literally means nothing. You know what I mean? It's something to do. But at the same time, football is back. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man, to the channel. Share the show. We got a loaded show for you guys today, as always. We're going to be breaking down all the week one matchups. We're recording tonight, which is Wednesday night, the 7th. And then tomorrow's the real stuff, man. So Thursday night football, the Rams will be at home putting up that damn banner, and the Bills will be on the road. So we're going to talk and chop that up. And then all the other games of week one. We're going to be talking a little college football. Opening week was last week. So, I know me and, Z definitely want to talk and chat a little bit about that, man. So, like I said, those are the main things we're going to be talking about. And then at the end of the show, the sports betting segment's back, man. So we got a lot to talk about. I guess I don't know where to start, man. I'm honestly just happy. I'm just happy as hell. Maybe it's because, I know I'm gonna win so much fucking money. I honestly think that's what it is, because sports betting money's different. Guys, if you got girls, you got me and Z kind of just talking about it. Someone want to go on trips, spend up all your goddamn money and all of this, go this, go that, and go brunch and go do this and that. You know what I mean? I'm just the type of guy, I just want to sit down, man. I just want to save my money, and I've been saving all year for this shit, man. This is my Super Bowl. So, but Z, man, let's chop a little bit about this college football. I know it was opening week last week, man. We'll talk a little bit, about the sports betting, just some of the games we like. But what did you see out there last week in the college football arena?
Learned a lot. All SEC teams, well, most favorites won and covered, except LSU, which welcome to the Brian Kelly era.
Hey, didn't something weird happen with that? Like, was this something weird or something?
Oh, no, he had his press conference on Monday, and I guess a couple reporters showed up late, and he made a joke. He has no personality, for one.
Yeah,
and then he has no Southern charm. I lived in Atlanta for years. SEC is king down there. All the coaches have to have charm to be successful in that league. And so the first thing he says is the reporter was late, and he said, you need to put $10 in the kitty, and at the end of the year, I'll collect all the money, and I'll invite all of you to my house for a party. And the reporter responded back, well, win a damn game, and maybe I'll show up on time.
Oh, damn, he said that?
Yeah. And the whole shit. I was like,
yeah.
Brian Kelly, welcome to the SEC.
He's getting off to a rough start. You lost to Florida State, and everybody knows. I mean, I'm a Florida State fan. I love Florida State, but there was no way in hell I thought they would go down there and beat LSU. And the game shouldn't be close. The talent levels should be. I will say this: that damn quarterback.
Oh, he's brutal.
Yo, who is this guy?
Transfer from Arizona State.
Oh God, man!
Yes.
And like I said, I don't want to talk too much about college. I don't like blowing the college kids up, But then again, he is getting paid now, so I can't blow these guys up a little bit. But yeah, that guy right there, that LSU quarterback, brother, You getting paid thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, man. I mean, that is a loaded team. You got much better talent than Florida State. And that just turned some people's world upside down. And then also, wasn't there something about the fans some dealing some stupid shit out there or something?
Oh, like, yeah. So a lot of the players went dark on social media. And so, yeah, the first report was they were thinking all their best players going to transfer, but subsequent reports came out saying that they were receiving threats online, and that's why all of them removed all their social media. Well, a bunch of them removed their social media. The LSU guys. Yeah. And so it's another thing Brian Kelly's not used to. So this is not Notre Dame. Or where'd he go? He was at Cincinnati before Notre Dame. Yeah, this is SEC is a different animal.
Yeah, football is king. And then also, like I said, these are different type of level athletes. And, you know, LSU is just like the best of the best. Notre Dame, their players are really good, but they also have to qualify. So I guys want you to like they have academic. Notre Dame's an academic institution. They have standards. LSU, you probably go out there and play with a 1.5 GPA. I'm talking about. And like I said, I'm not saying that those are the guys, but I mean, some of these guys, you meet them. I met some of these guys, football players, you know, they ain't quite all there. They can play football. I'm happy they can do that.
And think about it. The Notre Dame defensive coordinator, what job did he take in the SEC? He went to Vanderbilt, which is basically the equivalent of Notre Dame. Yeah.
A high-profile, you know, institution. It's a learning facility. Obviously, football is second to most of those type of schools, but
they raised the GPA of the entire SEC as a whole.
Did they?
No, when they.
Oh, you mean just
having Vanderbilt in there? The conference GPA is 3.2.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just in the SEC. I was like, yeah, if they
do that. Well, when they do the conference GPA and say we have so many academic All-Americans, but Vandy's got a first-class baseball team, so they've won some national championships on the baseball side. So give them credit for baseball.
Yeah, I give them credit for that. But yeah, thank God. I'll say thank God for, you know, the guys, you know what I'm talking about, those tutors. Yeah. Thank God for the tutors. Some of you guys would not be out there playing at fucking all.
So what were your biggest takeaways from week one?
I'll say this, and I know we kind of talked a little before we came on. I got off to a good start. It was a Thursday night. I can't remember who that game was. I know I won, and then I was
Pitt over West Virginia.
Pitt, so yeah, Pitt Panthers, baby. You know what I mean? It was a good game. Pitt held it down. You know, got my money, and I won a bunch of money on that fucking Pitt game. And Saturday came, and I identified. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna pick one game or something that I'm really loaded up on. And I saw it, and I was like, okay, Boston College. Boston fucking College. Who the fuck did they lose to again? It was
Rutgers. Greg Schiano and Rutgers.
You lost to Rutgers, who literally ran the ball every last fucking play of that last drive and scored a touchdown, and messed around and lost to Rutgers, man. Like I said, he has no passing attack. I think Boston College was at home. That quarterback's forward. A left tackle. I don't know his name. My man had knee braces. I mean, those knee braces is horrible. I don't even know if he should be playing football. His big sorry ass gave up 2 back-to-back sacks. I lost my money on that. And then I can't remember some of the other games I took. I definitely know SMU got some of my money back. And then some of those other games.
Arkansas minus 6.5.
Arkansas. That's what it was. That's what Arkansas and then the Florida Gators. Really held
that's the game that burned me. I was on that Utah money line, drove it all the way down there at the 5-yard line, kicked the field goal, go to overtime, and he throws the pick. I was like, "Are you?"
It's the swamp, man.
You had to do was kick that field goal. You're in field goal range. But Cam Rising is an amazing quarterback for Utah. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Yeah, he made a horrible mistake at the end of that game. But congrats to Florida. They got a tough test this week. They got Kentucky. That's not going to be as easy, but everybody's talking about Florida's back. Florida's back now. So.
But they at home now. You got to put it back. It's hard playing in what do they call it? The swamp.
The swamp. Yeah.
It's that's an experience in itself. The adrenaline you feed up the crowd. So the Gators, I'm looking at eyeing them again this week. But anyway, I mean, my biggest takeaways was that Houston. They scared me. Almost lost my money. Was it UTSA?
Yeah, that was a great game.
I didn't know much about UTSA, buddy, but I know something about them now. Yeah, I know something about you guys.
Their offense is really good. Their offense, UTSA.
Oh, I see that now. Houston's a ranked team. Me and Zeke talked. I mean, Houston was one of my teams. I'm rocking with the whole year. I still am. But in the modest of that, watching that game, fellas, UTSA is where the money's at. You're gonna get favorable spreads with it because a lot of people don't know. Yeah. UTSA is on that same tier. I'm gonna start betting with like App State. For some people,
that's
really
another one. That's another team. So App State is at Texas A&M this week.
Yep. Oh, that's one of my best. I love that bet. East Carolina, teams like that. Yep. So those are the type of teams. That's the tier. I didn't know much about UTSA, but I know about them now. But that's kind of what I got out of it. But
then on the negative side, Hawaii is horrible.
Oh, you
I mean, they go to Michigan this weekend, so they're a 50-point underdog, which is absolutely crazy.
They couldn't put enough money on that, man. Enough points.
The first 2 weeks, to Vandy destroyed them, and then Western Kentucky destroyed them. So not only did they go to Hawaii, have a good vacation out there, and then they destroyed Hawaii, and then they get to go home.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of shit going on. But,
this week is gonna be good too. When you think about it, Alabama, Texas, first game, 12:00 Saturday. It's gonna be interesting at Texas.
It's getting petty up there too. It's getting petty.
To me, Texas's defense got holes, and it's gonna be roll tide. The spread went from 18 to 20, so it opened at 18, got bet up to 20 almost immediately.
I'm not touching that. If I were to touch it, though, I think Texas. With them being at home,
first half,
hanging there.
Bama first half. First half.
I'm not picking Texas to win, but my bet, if I were to touch that game, I would take Texas and tease them with another game and get like plus 20 something, plus 28 or something like that. But I'm not touching that game.
Think about Coach Saban versus former assistants. He had won, I think it was 20 in a row until last year when Texas A&M got him, and then Kirby Smart at Georgia got him last year. So last year he lost to two former assistants. The first two losses to former assistants in his entire career. That's dominance. And Sark, another former assistant. So that's another trend. But from my perspective, the Alabama first half is a definite bet for me, minus 11. The full game minus 20 I like too. I just think this is going to be, and the over, because Quinn Ewers is the quarterback who got his Porsche towed in the parking lot.
Keyword. If you guys pick that out, there's the quarterback who got his Porsche towed. Where does he play at?
Texas.
Bro,
he was he left high school early to go to Ohio State last year, collect a check at Ohio State, go to the playoffs as a backup quarterback, never played, and then transferred to Texas, collected another big check to go to Texas. He's from Texas, and so now the folk hero Quinn Ewers gets introduced to Will Anderson and the Alabama defense.
Yeah, we can see it. But I'll say this before we move on to the NFL side, man. It's a night and day difference now. This is a different world now. I am so happy. There's nobody happier than me to see these guys getting paid. Some guys hate it. Some of these coaches hate it. I know it. They can use the transfer portal. You guys better treat these guys right now. Now we can see who really coaches. This is why, in my opinion, well, not my opinion, this is just in general. If you can really coach, you can really coach now. So Nick Saban winning all those national championships, he still got the stigma and stuff like that. But at the same time, you're getting the best players. Now these guys can transfer openly. The money's there. They can transfer if if they're sitting low on the depth chart. If the coaches mistreating them, if coaches are taking other jobs, if they're putting them in positions where they're not going to be successful, this all plays a part into being a college athlete, man. So I'm very happy to see these quarterbacks, these players getting paid, and they're also sharing the wealth. Some of these guys that are getting paid big money are giving their whole entire team, a few $1,000s.
Like CJ Stroud buying suits for everybody, for the entire team at Ohio State.
Nice suits, not no little fucking K&G and fucking
$500 a pop.
Yeah, I just
for what is it? I mean, think about how many players? 80 players plus the walk-ons plus all the people on the team.
Yeah, man. Like I said, stuff like that. Nice suits, nice tailored custom types, because these guys need customs. Yeah. They can't just go say, "Oh, I want that," and hell no. So I mean, I'm happy to see
that's another big story is the improvement of the Ohio State defense with Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator, coming from Oklahoma State. They look good compared to that last game versus Utah, where they gave up 48 points in the Rose Bowl to, I mean, really just totally dominating Notre Dame. So that's another interesting aspect of the season that we can learn week one.
Yeah, I'll say like for some of those guys that get paid, like I said, I'm very happy for you. Keep, do what you do. Like I said, at the end of the day, look at this. I'm not saying this is the NFL, but this is the closest thing you can get. Save a little bit of the money. At the end of the day, be a kid. If some people say, "Oh, they shouldn't get the access to that type of money," this is their money, man. If the parents are around, if they need to guide them, that's fine. But at the end of the day, don't let nobody make you feel bad about getting something you rightfully deserve. Some of these guys are overpaid. This is entertainment, man. You know what I mean? And also watch out, man. You guys are gonna, because there's some I don't know if there's some college athletes that listen to the show. I share it on Facebook. Some of them follow me. Some of them reach out. You're gonna be targeted. I'm letting you know that right now. You're gonna be targeted by people that want to be your friends. And the number one thing, and I hate to say it, is women. Don't go out there, bro, and just they don't like you, dog. They don't like you. They like you for the money. Yeah, you might think you the man. You got this and that going on. Look, man, please don't get these ladies pregnant. Please don't get these ladies pregnant and blow up all your fucking money. Like I said, because some of you guys listen to the show, and I see you guys. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's well and on. It's cool. And like I said, I'm very happy for you guys getting paid. But at the same time, like I said, you guys are going to be targeted. You are the prize. No, nothing else. Look at Deshaun Watson. Look at Alvin Kamara. Look at Dalvin Cook. There's too many examples of guys. And like I said, they've gotten paid. You guys are getting paid, but you're not getting paid like that, man. Don't let that little type of money go to your head, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay consistent. And if you're doing what you're doing, just strap up, man. That's all I can say. And keep it moving. But let's move on and talk about this NFL side, man. So Z, man, it's week one. Tomorrow, the opening day, the Rams are at home and they got the Bills coming to town, man. What do you think in this game, man? So, very first game on our list?
I mean, so yeah, week one is crazy. I mean, because and then especially this year with one less preseason game, it's less preparation. So week one, the better coaches tend to take advantage of week one. This game, so Rams getting their banner unveiled. It's going to be a big celebration out in LA. Bills are favored right now. Interesting fact, it's been 2.5 all week. They moved it to 3 for 5 minutes, and a bunch of big bets took the Rams at 3, and it got bounced right back to 2.5. So if you didn't take the 3 within that 5-minute period, it went back to 2.5. And so, so that's why everybody got the app. You need to pay attention to these lines because when they switch, they're not going to be there too long, especially a key number like 3. So right now it's sitting at 2.5 in favor of Bills as a road favorite, minus 2.5. Interesting aspect, Stafford hasn't played at all in the preseason, so
with a rusty shoulder too,
Yeah,
bum shoulder. Well, not bumps, but it's he had surgery.
Yes, he had surgery. Yes, rotator cuff, so it's almost like a baseball pitcher type surgery.
You've been throwing like a motherfucker last year. He had to throw for that damn Super Bowl. I know that.
So it's going to be key. You need to pay attention, watch the flow of the game, how it goes. I don't know. Bills are getting. I mean, they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Everybody's in love with them. I like some of the props in this game. Take a look at not the top. So when you look at the top receivers, touchdown scores or yards, I don't look at the top guy because they'll get the top DB. But if you take a look at the secondary guys, that could be interesting bets. And so for Allen Robinson, who's new to the Rams, check his yards prop out. That's a possible good bet where you can find some value because everybody will be focused on Cooper Kupp. Allen Robinson may be open and may take the secondary corner, and so if his yardage props are sitting at a reasonable amount, that's a bet. I already bet it was. I took Gabe Davis from Buffalo over 53 yards receiving.
Yeah.
And so that's how I have no bet on the side, but I did take that. But for the game, it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
That 2.5 scares me. Every time I see 2.5, what is Vegas trying to tell us?
Yeah. I'll say this. I mean, they're trying to. I mean, rightfully so. The Bills, they should. The Bills are favored to win, right?
Yeah.
Bills are favored to win. They're minus 2.5, 2.5. Some books there might be 3. The Bills, rightfully so, man. They're a juggernaut, and you guys kind of heard me talk a little bit about it, last show, which when Steve White, NFL Network, came on and joined us, man. So shout out to him. But I'm telling you, man, Buffalo across the board, their offensive line, their defensive line. Ed Oliver was young. Now he's really good. He looks damn good in camp.
And remember when we had Josh Reed on the show, he was talking about.
Oh yeah, Josh too. Yeah, he's. Oh, go ahead.
Talk about high on the secondary folks for them. Not so much the folks that the guys like a Gabe Davis or they just signed Dawson Knox today, the tight end.
They just signed him. Like he's a monster of a tight end. And the thing is, he's a scary tight end because he gets the ball. He runs a 4.3 or some shit. He's literally like a receiver. So I'm not saying he's the same guy. We know he's better. What's the guy in Atlanta? That's like a unicorn at tight end. I forgot his name. That guy
from Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. I'm not saying, but he has the same speed as him. Dawson Knox is fast as shit. But anyway, I mean, you got that threat. They cut the shit out of OJ Howard. Bucks fans, you already know. I'm not even gonna touch it.
He signed with Houston.
Okay, look what he signed with, the fucking Houston Texans. Good luck to you, brother. But whatever. But anyway, in this game, man, like I said, look, I'm telling you, watch. This is gonna tell you a lot about. There was a close game last year. It was at Buffalo. Aaron Donald went crazy. That was like midweek. That's when the juices were flowing. This is opening night, ring night. Like I said, the Rams are at home, and I get that. It might look scary. But in my opinion, like you said, there's just too many question marks for Matthew Stafford arm, him not touching the field at all. Obviously we know he's a vet and all of that. He's no Tom Brady.
They didn't play. They didn't play a lot of their players.
So I mean they're a little rusty.
An angle could be Buffalo first half if you think Buffalo can come out and.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, that's a bet that I might touch.
Think about it. They're going to be celebrating the Super Bowl. They're going to be all hyped and all crazy. Josh Allen going to be mad, sitting in the locker room waiting for an extra hour for the celebration to end. Yeah. Before they. So that's. Yeah, I didn't even think of that one. It's a good call. And like I said, we're recording the show tonight, which is Wednesday night. So when this episode is posted on Thursday, it's basically Buffalo minus a half, first half. So it's basically even money. So just take
I'll touch on it later in the show of what I'm exactly on. I'm gonna save all my bets for the end. But like I said, this game, look at the matchups. Look at Diggs. Look at Gabe Davis. Look at on that Rams side. Like I said, there's not. The Rams did lose some pieces now. I want you guys to understand that their second corner, Ladarius Williams, I think was a Pro Bowler or something.
Yeah,
he was nice. He's gone. He got paid.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone. I think
they got Troy Hill back, who was on
Troy Hill,
first Super Bowl team. Was with the Browns, and he came back.
He ain't Williams. Ramsey, but that second corner he ain't ready for Gabe Davis and McKenzie and all those other. I can't remember.
And Van Jefferson's ruled out already for the Rams.
Van Jefferson, he's ruled out. So it's just like they're gonna be thin at receiver. And if you look at the Super Bowl last year with Odell, going out of the game, they didn't really have much else other than Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I mean, so right now, if you look at it, so you got Robinson and Kupp. Higbee is a good tight end.
He's a good tight end. But
yeah,
Buffalo
without Van Jefferson, you're looking at Brandon Powell from Clemson.
I ain't worried about Brandon Powell.
Who's a slot guy, but
I ain't worried about him. I mean, like I said, and then also, even if Buffalo has nice, they got Ladarius. What's the dude? Trayvon White.
Yeah.
Corner. He's a top tier corner.
Yeah.
Their second corner, I'm blanking on his name right now. He's good. They got Micah Hyde, the safety position. He's good. Was it Jordan Poyer or something?
Yeah.
At safety.
Yep.
Monster, big hitter, leader, the vocal mouthpiece. They got Edmonds at the linebacker spot. They got a lot of really good pieces, man. And like I said, that's what the hype about Buffalo is, and that's probably I'm taking them in this game. Who do you got in this game, man, before we move on?
So for me, I'm not touching the 2.5. If I made a bet, I didn't bet this. I bet the prop, the Gabe Davis over 53 yards.
No, not the bet, just in general to win.
Oh, who I think the game? I think the Bills win. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game because the Rams are the Rams. Rams still got a good defense. You still got Donald. You still got Ramsey's there, and then they added linebacker from Seattle in the middle,
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, so that defense is no pushover.
Yeah, there's no pushover. I would say that this is the reason why I don't really fear the Rams now. And like I said, everybody knows I love Aaron Donald. I do think Aaron Donald is going to get a little complacent this year. I think he's okay with where he's at financially. I think he's fine. I know he's a dog. I know he's still the best defensive tackle. I don't think he's going to be the same Aaron Donald we used to seeing. Like Aaron Donald before, he was lights, like far and away, regardless of position, the best player in the league. 20 sacks, double-digit sacks from a defensive tackle in a 3-4 scheme is not realistic at all. And the thing,
and their back end, besides Ramsey, is questionable.
It's average at best.
Yeah, Nick Scott, free safety, Taylor Rapp, strong safety, Troy Hill at the other corner.
That's why and like I said, you're facing big cannon arm Josh Allen in a dome
with big receivers.
Big receivers. Stephon
Diggs, a tight end.
A tight end that runs a 4.3 and a top 5 wide receiver in Diggs.
And Gabe Davis, remember, 200
and the running back.
Yards. Yeah.
What's the Cook? Cook's brother?
Cook, yeah, from Georgia.
Man, like I said, I know it looks nice. Like I said, I don't want you guys to get all buttered up and blow your whole bag. But like I said, I know for me, I like the Bills. But we'll move on. We'll talk about some other games. So that clears up that. This next game, man, I talked a little bit about this earlier in the Charges to the Game group on Facebook. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's down there in the comment section. I put the link to there. You can join it. You can chime in. Sometimes we have little small conversations. The Jets are now starting former Ravens quarterback, Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco. In New York, he's going to be home, I guess, but he's playing his old team, his old coach. Harbaugh knows him like a fucking book. He knows what gets Joe shaky and jittery and all this shit. So,
how do you feel about the Lamar contract? The deadline is Friday. Will they get a deal done?
That's the only thing that scares me with this game. And I'm going to bet it, but I might not throw a bunch of money on like I've been because Lamar is dealing – that's still hovering over his head.
He's going to play. Are you going to get the happy Lamar with the –
that's what I'm saying.
New $300 million in his pocket? or you're gonna get the one on the franchise tag at what is it, 25 million or whatever he's gonna.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that's if Lamar. Well, and the thing is, I'm not regardless if he gets paid or not. Just seeing all this trying to transpire, I was gonna bet big on it. But anyway, this is a game the Ravens should win. But yeah, I mean the Ravens as a team, they should have just. I understand they don't pay their guys like that, but when you got a quarterback like that, man,
it's the Deshaun Watson contract. That's
they don't want to give it to him.
100% guaranteed.
They don't want to give it to him.
Only two quarterbacks to ever be 100% guaranteed. The contract Kirk Cousins, who went through the franchise tag 3 times, and Deshaun Watson of Cleveland would have never got him if they didn't do that. And so, but if you think about it, so Russell Wilson just got his deal. What did he get? 165. But if you're Lamar,
and he's old, and
he's old.
Wilson's old.
Yeah. So Lamar is like, my comp is Deshaun, and I've been an MVP. He hasn't. Russell is old. That's not my comp. My comp is Deshaun.
And also, I want you guys to understand this because this is a different angle that you guys might not be accustomed to. Lamar is his own agent. I think his mom.
His mom.
He's still getting consultations from an agent, but he's just paying somebody on the side a little something to when they go and negotiate. But Lamar is sitting down with these guys and his mom, and he's also hearing from the front office about what he can't do. Yeah. As an agent, I want you guys to understand. I'm gonna try to get a really good agent on for you guys to understand. We had Selwyn. He was a good agent, but I don't think he would be open to talking about it. One thing, as an agent, you protect your client at all costs. They're not gonna go back once they get somebody signed. They're not gonna say, "Hey, you know what? Let's just say Tua, for instance, because Selwyn represents Tua. Hey, you know what? Tua. They said, they're happy to have you, but they say you need to work on this. You're not good at this at all. You can't throw down the field. You can't do that. They're saying, Lamar, look, you can't throw from the pocket, brother. You run a lot. If you get your little ass lit up, we're short out of luck. You don't. You're not making your reads right or some shit like that.
He's responding to fans on Twitter. You saw that where the one fan said they offered you 200 guaranteed. Why didn't you take it? And Lamar said, nope, they never offered that.
I want you guys to understand that.
That's a touchy. So yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and like I said, Lamar's hearing this, for the first time because he's thinking, with player you just play. When you're your own agent, this is what they talk about. They're like, look, no. Do you see this on the film?
Especially the Ravens. They designed their whole offense around him. That team without Lamar, I mean, Huntley is baby Lamar. When Huntley goes in, he's a Lamar like. Come to
Tampa, man. Come to Tampa.
I mean, but the offense is completely tailored to Lamar. And if you take him out of that offense, I mean, it's different. It's not like any other quarterback who's not there. They built everything around him. They have to pay him. They should want to pay him. I remember I went to a couple Ravens games last year, and I think it was a Sunday night game. They beat the Seahawks, and Lamar went crazy. The whole stadium was chanting Lamar. They weren't chanting Ravens. They were walking out the stadium.
Lamar leads a lot to that soon.
I was like, wow. It's different. It's just, and he fits Baltimore. His personality, his swag. He fits that. He fits Baltimore. Like for many years, I used to always think Ben fit Pittsburgh, just the toughness. Lamar fits Baltimore. That is Baltimore's quarterback.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah, really good point. He does fit Baltimore well. And like I said, I follow Lamar on Instagram and social media. Like you see him out in the communities at little football camps. Lamar's in the hood. Like you went to the Baltimore, well, it's the hood everywhere. You know what I mean? Like anybody can get touched out there in Baltimore, no matter where you are. It's not like me and Z are from like DMV area, like northwest, southeast. You kind of got to go to different boroughs and blah blah blah. But in Baltimore, it doesn't matter where. anything kind of kick off anywhere. But anyway, I mean, I hope he gets paid. But in this game, man, getting back to the game where everybody probably wants to hear.
A nice teaser spot. 7 is a good tease at 6 points. Take it down to minus 1.
Yeah, that's what I would do with this game. I mean, if you take in that 7 with at home opening day, Flacco might. I'm not saying he will. But I don't think he's gonna get hot. He can. He is one of those streaky guys. He gets hot and cold. He might come out there and cut you up and throw for 4 touchdowns. He's older now, but like I said, I would tease this down if I were betting on it. But in this game, I'll take the Ravens before we move on. Z, I know you say you probably take the Ravens too. So
yeah, I teased it down to the 1 and took the Ravens.
Yeah. I'm moving on. The next game on the schedule, man. This is I love it. The Saints are on the road in Atlanta. This is the divisional matchup, divisional game. The Saints, got a healthy quarterback back in Jameis Winston. They're minus 5.5. Falcons are at home. They're starting Marcus Mariota, who's a veteran. There's a little. I'll go first, Dean. I'll let you chime in. In this game, like I said, this is my bet. This is my betting game. I love this game so fucking much. I'm teasing this, and I probably mess around with doing some other stuff with it. The Saints are going to be a juggernaut, man. And this is me as a Bucs fan, but still at the same time, I rep the Bucs. Real is real. I recognize real. I see the Saints. That defense has always been legit. They're crazy. Now they add Tyrann Mathieu. And the second, that was one of their worst parts of that safety spot. Now you had Tyrann Mathieu, you had Landry, Michael Thomas is back. The offensive line is always incredible. I think Trevor Penning's hurt, but they're literally a brick wall at that offensive line spot. They really got some really good offensive linemen. You got Alvin Kamara. He didn't really face any suspension. You got Mark Ingram, who still runs really, really hard, and who's just literally a cannonball coming through the offensive line. He's going to run over, at least pick up 2 yards per carry. So, and like I said, people keep knocking Jameis. I don't think people understand. Like, Jameis's only concern was just the turnovers. And Jameis was very young. He was very young.
And he didn't do that last year. He reduced it. I mean, Sean Payton helped him a ton.
At all. And then, like I said, before Jameis got hurt, he was doing that. He cut down. They were 5-1 or some shit. Yeah. Then he got hurt, and then they, some things happened, and the Saints kind of went downhill a little bit. But yeah, Jameis to me is, if he does what he's supposed to do, they'll be fine. They'll be just fine because they got enough weapons.
And remember last year, week 1, he beat Green Bay and shocked the world when nobody thought they had a shot at that. Week 1, that's why be very careful.
Yeah.
Week 1. Because week 1.
Don't blow it on the week 1 because that's what a lot of people do.
Everybody's healthy. The angle is a good angle is look at the coaches, and this is crazy. 10 road favorites week 1. 10 road favorites. I mean, that is.
Yeah, like I said,
wow.
And I want you guys to understand also the NFL is a business. There's a reason why these road favorites, so a lot of these guys are going to lose you. So you got to pick your spots.
Half the card.
I'm telling you, Z, I've been kind of going back and forth on some of these games. I hit my boy D up, Colts fan.
Yeah.
I was like, man, for sure I'm taking the fucking Colts and over the fucking Texans. He said, yo, they lost 8 straight opening day games. They won the fucking opening day games in 8 years. All them decent teams they had, you know what I mean? And the last 2 years they lost to the sorry Jags.
Yeah.
An Urban Meyer led Jags team. So there's no way in hell I'm taking the Colts week 1 now. You know what I mean? If I were betting, my betting on that game would be now is taking the other side and teasing it up.
I keep waiting on that 7.5. And then this is the crazy thing. It's been sitting at 7 for 2 weeks. Why hasn't it moved? All the money is coming in on the Colts. And they will not move it over 7. They
I'm
just
not
leave
touching
it at
that.
7.
I'm so happy. Like I said, you guys gotta if you're sports, but you gotta have friends that know football. I don't talk football with people that don't really know football. People that talk about just stupid stuff like Washington going to the Super Bowl and shit like that. I don't even talk to him. I just keep it moving. You know what I mean? Because you wasted my time. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? That new quarterback we got in Washington, that Wentz guy can throw that damn ball. Man, shut your old ass up, man. You don't know a goddamn thing.
Ask the Indy fan and what he thinks about Carson Wentz.
Because some people just don't know football, man. And then
all the Eagles fans out there, how you feel about Carson Wentz?
Shit. Some of these people sitting there trying to talk football with me, sitting there. I just be, let me tell you, they think they're giving it to me and shit like that. And I'll be just like, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
But you want to know the game that I was going back and forth with was Eagles at Detroit. So now,
we'll get to that game. Or you can go to.
Well, yeah, I'll just say. So Eagles have been sitting at -4 for a week, hasn't moved, and I keep thinking it's the Hard Knocks effect. If Detroit was not on Hard Knocks, and Eagles made all the additions they made to that team, nobody in their right mind would be putting all this money on Detroit. Everybody been watching Dan Campbell fire people up on HBO every week.
I know one damn thing. You can't fire up Jared Goff behind that shaky-ass offensive line. I will say that. And you got big – well, we'll get to that game. But back to the Saints game. Like I said, Saints, Atlanta, they got – their lines ain't right. You know what I mean? Their offense and defensive line. It's not right. Grady Jarrett, not you, Grady Jarrett. You're a monster. But those linemen are not right on the offensive and defensive lines. The receivers, Calvin Ridley suspended for sports betting. So he's out. So I don't even know who Atlanta. They lost Russell Gage. I don't even know who your got a receiver. And the Saints got a front four and a front seven that's just ridiculous. With DeMario, they're just gonna blitz and just hammering that shit home. I'm not worried about no goddamn Marcus Mariota. He can't throw from the fucking pocket. You know what I mean? And you got, what's the dude? Cam Jordan and DeMario Davis and all of those guys on that front seven. Then you got Lattimore at corner and you add Matthew and then the offense. Yeah. I mean, don't overthink it, guys. Games like that, but that Colts game, 8 straight and stuff like that. Who do you got, Z, in this game with Atlanta and New Orleans, man, before we move on?
I said a couple weeks ago, I made bet against Atlanta for 8 weeks. So they are my fade team this year until they change the quarterback and put Desmond Ridder in, because I think he could do some things. But as long as Mariota's in the game, I don't know. I'm like this week, even though the Saints are on the road, I'm on. I would take the Saints. That 5.5 does not scare me. I think they win. They win by 10.
Yeah, like I said.
But again, another road favorite. I usually don't like to bet road favorites.
Yeah.
But this week we're kind of handcuffed because there's so many damn road favorites.
I know. So it's like we got to. It's like damned if you damned if you do, damned if you don't. But like I said, it's all about picking your spots this week, guys. I talked myself earlier. I was like, I like the Ravens, but and I even said in the Chargers of the game group. But now I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not. I ain't really laying no dodo on that. Like I said, the dough game is this fucking Saints game, man. Don't overthink. I can't stress it home enough. Saints, okay? Saints tease it down with another game. The next game we got is the Patriots on the road in Miami. The Patriots, the reports out of camp is they're not looking great, and then the Dolphins got this new shiny toy in Tyreek Hill.
And they never win in Miami. That's another thing.
Yeah. Week 1 is going to be hot as shit.
You saw they went down on Monday. The Patriots went down on Monday to prepare for the heat.
Yeah, get ready. Yeah, especially coming from the East Coast to the South. That's a game too. And I don't like betting against Bill Belichick and stuff like that. But that's a game right there that it's Miami should dominate. Miami should dominate. Miami, if you are anything this season, you should dominate. Tua, there's no excuses anymore. You got a running back, you got your coach, you got your receivers, you got 2-4-2 guys or whatever they running. You got a decent tight. Well, you got a really good tight end in Mike. Was it Inseki or whatever his name is?
Inseki, yep. I
Got
mean,
defense,
and you saw they got Armstead at left tackle from the Saints,
all
and
pro.
I was reading a story today where as soon as he got to Miami, the first thing he did was introduce Tua to Drew Brees, and
Good.
Drew Brees has basically been his mentor throughout the offseason
I
after
love it.
Armstead signed.
I
And
love it.
so and
Same
he's like
body
they're
type too.
same size, same type of player.
Short. Yeah.
Coming off major injuries, because remember Breeze was hurt when he was in San Diego before he went to the Saints. And so that Miami could be a sleeper team because they had a great defense.
Yes.
They got weapons on offense. They improved their offensive line. It's up to Tua. And Tua was voted a captain. So that says what the team thought about him last year and what they think about him this year. And so I like Miami. I don't like the 3.5. I would take the money line.
Yeah. Or tease it down, yeah.
Yeah, get it down to 3. I would take them at 3. I like them. New England going down to that heat. You saw in college football, Utah in the swamp struggle in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So that's a game that's definitely on my list. So definitely Dolphins.
Patriots. I don't even know who is the receiver. Like nobody literally scared me.
They have no weapons.
All I literally know is they got Hunter Henry still. He's still a decent, pretty good tight end. That's all I know. These are other receivers. I don't know who they got. Do they still got Nelson Aguilar and shit like that? Like people like that are kind of just
so they got Aguilar. They got Devontae Parker from Miami.
He's decent. I mean,
and then the backup is Matthew Slater, who's basically a special teams guy.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, when you got guys like that, the Dolphins got Xavier Howard, who's a really good corner. Their other corner was Byron Jones is really good as well.
And then the rookie draft pick is on IR. He got hurt the last preseason game.
So yeah, I mean, this game, if the Dolphins are anything like like they should really dominate, and you're at home and the heat. There's too many advantages, man. And on top of that, Mac Jones. I mean, what is this? His second year
with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as the offensive coordinators.
This is his second year, right? He was a rookie.
Yeah, his second year, but last year he had Josh McDaniels. He's going from Josh McDaniels to Matt Patricia and Joe Judge calling.
That's a huge drop off. I was gonna say that, and then also I want you guys to understand why a lot of these quarterbacks take that drop in that second year. You had a full year of tape. These quarterbacks are going to try to go out there and do the same thing. A lot of them go out there and do the same thing they did in that that they had success with in their first year. And defenses, like I said, this is somebody's job. They sit home in their fucking big ass houses and watch film, until they fucking go to sleep. Oh yeah, Mac Jones likes to go here on 2nd and 6, and then the read's not there, and then they pick six it. So I'm telling you guys, I want you guys to understand shit like that from a football angle. These guys don't play around, man. Those looks that there was no tape on them. Go ahead.
And no, they've been stretching the field too. That in the preseason, if you watch the preseason between Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Cedric Wilson for the Cowboys.
Oh, I forgot there's Cedric Wilson.
It's a track team.
That boy's fast, boy. And the running backs with Mostert.
Yeah, they got and then Chase Edmonds.
Them boys fast, man.
Yeah.
It's just like if you don't have the angle on them, yeah, man. Come on now. But yeah,
they added Armstead, who's a stud left tackle, to protect. Well, Tua's a lefty, so he protects the front side of Tua.
So Dolphins should dominate. I love the Dolphins in this game. You do as well. So I guess moving on, man. This is an interesting matchup. I'm curious to see what you're gonna say about this, because this is your division. The Cleveland Browns are on the road, man, and they're going down to Carolina at home. Got the new quarterback announced quarterback in Baker Mayfield, so he's starting, and then Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback for Cleveland, and they got this game slated at the Panthers are favored to win -2.
Yep.
So, what do you think about this game, man?
I mean, I wouldn't lay points with the Panthers, but I would take the money line. I would just to straight up win. Cleveland with Jacoby Brissett, he didn't play at all in the preseason until the last game. And so You would
Josh
think,
Dobbs played a lot.
yeah, you think they would have given him some reps, but that doesn't make sense to me. But Baker is stirring the pot, already talking his junk. Baker being Baker, you know he's going to be motivated. He got Christian McCaffrey with him. That
they got
definitely
weapons. Carolina has. I'll say this: because Carolina has been built. They have weapons. It's a reason they got rid of. What's the receiver from Carolina that went to Washington, and now he's they have like guys like Roby Anderson, DJ Moore. They have some other guys, the running back, the young running back. They drafted.
You got McCaffrey. They got the young guy from Georgia. Or was it Terrence Marshall? Who's a speedster.
He fell. He fell in the draft. He was supposed to be like a top receiver, but he fell like hell.
So I mean, he's got weapons. Now, their offensive line, so their top pick is the tackle from the tackle out of NC State. So he struggled. Iquanu in the preseason. That was the one. I mean, well, I watched. I mean, he went again. TJ Watt dominated him. So
he dominated.
I know. So that was my my welcome to Iquanu. I'm like, this dude's a bust. I was like, he can't do nothing. Talking about he's the number one pick, but yeah. So maybe I haven't.
You can't compare him against regular people.
I mean,
he's just not a regular guy.
I might have watched the wrong game, but that's the only time I saw him play. Not impressive at all.
Yeah. Overall, their offensive line is average at best. And Cleveland's strength is their D-line with Myles Garrett. I forgot some of the other guys, but Clowney's coming back. He's still pretty good. He's not elite. But at the same time, their front seven is good. Their defense is overall good. They're a top 5 defense in the NFL. But my thing is you got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. And that's
and McCaffrey lined up everywhere. That's going to be a problem for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland, I mean, they're going to isolate the safeties on McCaffrey.
And I hate.
And Baker could attack it.
I just don't. Well, like I said, I just don't like Baker Mayfield, but they should win this game. I don't. Like I said,
I'm a Baker fan. I'm rooting for him this week. Let's go, Baker. I mean, this is the as bad as they treated him. This is Baker's revenge. I mean, this thing.
Yeah, Baker should go off.
Every touchdown. Could you imagine how much he's gonna be talking? Every time he throws a touchdown, he could be looking at the coach. He could be talking to everybody.
I'm gonna say this, and like I said, I'm picking Carolina to win this. I'm not betting it. Carolina should win this game, and I'm picking them to win. But I want you guys to understand something. If this were Deshaun Watson or something, I'm taking the Browns. I don't give a fuck if they're on the road or not, because Jacoby Brissett, he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna do a fumble. He's gonna throw a pick. They're gonna get a short field. And then if that defense is going to stay on the field the whole game, even though Cleveland's defense is good, they're going to wear them guys out because the Browns' offense is not going to be able to get off the field. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just like it's stuff like that Carolina should really win this game, and they should probably win it by at least a touchdown or maybe a touchdown field goal, something like that. If Baker does. As long as he just does about average, they should win. Like I said, all the weapons, Christian McCaffrey.
He just got to control his emotions because he's got weapons. He's going to be fired up. I mean, it's going to be good TV. I would definitely take Carolina on the money line.
Yeah, I would take Carolina. Like I said, I'm not betting it, but I mean, like I said, the Carolina should win this game. I just don't want to hear about Baker Mayfield going back home and they should have kept him, bro. Their best player is out. Okay? Deshaun Watson's not playing. Okay? So calm down a little bit. They're playing with Jacoby Brissett. All right. Me personally, I'd rather play with Josh. If Josh Dobbs was playing, I'd rather, I even might mess around with that. But anyway, moving on, man. That's an interesting game. Z, this is your game, man. So Steelers are on the road in Cincinnati. I ain't
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
nothing
let's
else. It's
go.
-6.5 for Cincinnati. What can we see, man? What are we expecting?
I still can't believe Vegas will not move that number to 7. I've been waiting for 3 weeks to see a 7. And they keep, no matter how much money the public bets on Cincinnati, because all the money is poured in on Cincinnati, but they will not give the Steelers a 7. I already bet it. I took the 6.5. I took the 7. I sprinkled a little sprinkle on the money line at plus 240. This reminds me of week 1 last year. Steelers at Buffalo. Great victory. Went up there.
It was at Buffalo, too.
At Buffalo to open the season. I mean, and then the next week, Buffalo destroyed whoever they played the next week, beat them by. I think it was Jacksonville. They took their revenge week 2. But week 1, so Steeler defense is strong enough to hold Cincinnati. So they'll never get blown out because, especially this game, week 1 is the time you're most healthiest. Last year, Cincinnati did dominate them in Cincinnati, but that was Steelers had a few injuries on defense. And the people who played are back on special teams now and nowhere near that starting defense. So
he said no one near. Come on, man.
I mean, it was.
They still on the same team. They got lockers beside each other.
Man,
they put them in different locker rooms.
It was brutal. I mean, that was. Oh, it was helpless. Ben had 2 pick sixes and 2 fumbles.
Ooh.
I mean, Steelers' concern is the offensive line, but watching the tape back from last year, so Larry Ogunjobi was the Cincinnati's defensive lineman who basically wreaked havoc in the middle. He is now the Pittsburgh Steelers nose guard. so they went ahead. They probably signed him based on that one game. They were like, you need to come to Pittsburgh. So he's made a huge difference. It's too many points. 6.5. There's no way that the Steelers defense will get dominated. Steelers offense may have problems. They're going to have problems running the ball based on the offensive line. Mitch can't turn the ball over. So that's what sent the game out of hand last time was Ben's 2 pick sixes and then a fumble returned to the 5-yard line. It was basically done. So as long as Mitch plays ball control football, I know this is not how the NFL is. Steelers probably the only team playing old school, run the ball, play great defense, no turnovers, and win the game 21-17.
Hey, the Niners did it.
Yeah,
but it's
that's the comp.
That's
the comp for me for the Steelers this season is San Francisco. They can play like San Francisco.
That's the only way. Yeah,
they'll have a successful year. But yeah, no, my bet. I'm taking the points. So give me the plus 6.5. I would love 7 if it goes to 7, but they'll never do that because they know if they put it at 7, money will come pouring in on a Mike Tomlin team. You give him 7 points, and so I like the Steelers. Just like this reminds me of last year. Last year it was plus 13.5 when they went up to Buffalo, it was plus 450 money line. I sprinkled something on the plus 450 money line, and they had the block punt to win the game. Block punt for a touchdown, and then they had a pick, 2 picks on Josh Allen. So, offense did absolutely nothing that game. But week 1, I mean, anything can happen. Week 1.
Week 1, anything can happen, man. I'll say this, and I don't want to hold it too long. But like I said,
I like you kind of take the points from my perspective.
You kind of covered everything. I mean, and honestly, in my opinion, I mean, they're not going to blow out Pittsburgh. I mean, if you think, even on paper, I know how Cincinnati looks on paper. Yeah, they look great and all of this and that. Even they added, Alex Kappa and Collins to the offensive line. That's big. So now they showed up their weakest point. I mean, just last year in the playoffs, if the Tennessee Titans and Titans fans, I know you're listening, you had a serviceable quarterback, you would have been on your way to the fucking Super Bowl. I think Jeffrey Simmons had like 4 sacks, and he sacked Burrow double-digit times in one fucking game.
Dominant.
in three fucking plays back to back or something, back or some shit like that. But I mean, anyway, in this game, Cincinnati, man, I mean, they should win. In my opinion, I mean, I just think that Steelers secondary is really, really weak. I mean, especially for that receiving core of T. Higgins and what's this guy that they keep crowning? It's like the best receiver in the NFL and shit. What's his man's name? Chase. He's good. Okay, he's not that great.
Now, to your point, Steelers have 2 new corners this year. Younger, faster, bigger.
We'll see. I mean, like I said, that's just in my opinion. Their offensive front is not better than the Steelers. I mean, they got Cam Hayward, they got Watt, they had Larry Ogunjobi,
and Alu back. He was out for the year last year, so he's back. So.
Well, I know one thing: if they're not going to do it, but if the Bengals made a commitment to run the fucking ball at Devin Bush, they might win the fucking game. That motherfucker still don't know how to fucking get on the blocks and get in and make plays. But anyway, I mean, Cincinnati, I'll take Cincinnati in this game. I just think they got too much firepower.
Miles Jack is another one who makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
Yeah, you guys
over Spillane. Get Spillane out of there and put that 43 Miles Jack in there. Oh my gosh!
Man, I might have to tag Spillane in here, man. Let you know you miss him. You want him to come back in there and start.
I mean, he's great. He's great on special teams. He's back where he belongs, right on special teams. Back where you belong.
Like I said, I ain't gonna hold it too long. I'll take Cincinnati. I'm not taking the 7 though. Like I said, it's gonna be a closer game. Like I said, it's week 1. Anything can happen. I would tease it down. I'm not touching the game.
Interesting point from the Steelers. So Deontay Johnson got hurt the last preseason game. He hasn't practiced at all. And when they asked Tomlin about it in the press conference, what's up with Deontay? He said, check the injury report later in the week. So but the Steelers are deep receiver. I mean, Pickens is great. Claypool's great. So but Deontay has always played well against Cincinnati.
Yeah. I want to see this though.
They try to put Eli Apple on him all the time. And that's
Eli Apple. He's a vet, but I mean, I'll say this before we move on. I want to see what Mitch got. Because I think Mitch is trash. That's just me.
If he doesn't turn the ball over, no turnovers, Mitch. No turnovers.
If Mitch goes out there and looks like how I know Mitch to look, you're gonna be in trouble for a long season.
People forget he took the Bears to the playoffs, won the division with Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, and Matthew Stafford. Mitch won that division.
Man, the Lions sucked. It was just the Packers.
But I'm saying, look at the quarterbacks. He went against Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, and Rodgers, and Mitch was in the playoffs.
Oh, they didn't have a team, though. They had fucking Mike Zimmer. Like fucking head coach. He didn't know how to fucking coach. He ain't not even do anything. But I mean,
if he did it before, he could do it again.
Yeah, man, you trying to adjust them. Oh, this is different. This is different.
And if Mitch can't do it, Kenny sure can. So
I hear you, man, but
we can keep Mason on the inactive list for the whole season. I mean, did you see Tomlin where they put Mason as the number 2 quarterback, and Tomlin came out the next day? Oh, it was a clerical error. The next day he was back to number 3. Everybody talking about Kenny must have had a great practice on Wednesday because Tuesday they released the depth chart. Mitch was 2. Wednesday at Tomlin's press conference. Oh, no. That was a clerical error. Kenny is 2 and Mitch will be
playing around with y'all.
He said Mitch will be inactive for every game this season. I was like, hell yeah.
Until they get his ass out of there. You know what I mean? Like I said, Kenny's solid. I want to see what he has. Hopefully he plays at some point.
Hopefully Mitch go undefeated and Kenny can sit back and learn.
You're definitely going undefeated. He's taking this L week 1. But no, man. Moving on. The next game. These are 1:00 games. So, we'll fire away with this. Like, this game I'm not spending long on, man. The Bears are at home. The 49ers are on the road in Chicago.
Yeah, another -7. So another tease.
Another teaser.
Combine this with the Ravens, and you got a good 2-team teaser. Take them both to -1.
Certain games like this, like some of you guys, man, I don't know. Like, and some of you guys, I ain't gonna spend long as I'm good in the next game. Like, you be sending me stuff. Some of these people be sending me stuff like 4 and 5 game teasers. Oh man, I missed it by this one game. Bro, you're not gonna make no money. Like, you're not making. No, they be sending me like parlays. Like, oh man, I missed it. Like, bro, you're always going to lose. You're gonna
especially the NFL.
I don't best
NFL is hard to beat. NFL on a yearly season. Man. I mean, it's hard to beat. But when you do teasers, think about the key numbers. So always go through 3 and 7. So like when it's 7, you can take the 6-point teaser, take it through the key number of 3, take that -1, and that's a good teaser. Yeah. Never go over the 0 because you lose value. So always think of the 3, the key number of 3, the key number of 7, and play around with that when you tease. Yeah,
some of you, I'm gonna say this. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody or nothing like that. I'm just saying I don't bet like a lot of you guys. Some of you guys do 5, 6, 7 game teasers and shit. Man, if I win this, I win $30,000. Good luck. I hope you win. Okay, I'm just telling you, it's not gonna happen, and it's a reason why you guys keep running up there looking stupid. And then, like I said, I take my little 2 teams and touch them together, parlays, 2-team.
Parlays and teasers, but 2. I mean, stick it to 2, maybe 3, but not more than 3. Don't do anything more than that.
Yeah, I mean, just do 2 solid games, put them together, and put real money on it. Do real research, and then do it that way. That's why me and Z definitely are very successful. Jay has his own system. You know what I mean? Me and Z are more similar in that aspect of like teasers, and you bet real money on it. You know what I mean, and kind of get it that way. But some of you guys
think about being profitable. I mean, don't think of you'll never win every bet. If you win,
they're trying to hit the lottery. Yeah, it's okay to hit it every once in a while, try it out. But you sitting there betting, man. You got 10 tickets for $25 and shit like that, and lost every last one of them. I mean, bro,
that's how you help build these big casinos with the gold pillars.
See, it's y'all guys. It's y'all guys. Why sports betting is like, man, you're never gonna win. I win. I win every fucking year. It's the reason why. You know what I mean? I'm not going into details about stuff, but
you gotta pay attention to the line. You gotta get line value, and you gotta think about the story. What is the story Vegas is trying to tell me? So, like, if you look at the game we just talked about, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, 80% of bets on Cincinnati. Line hasn't moved. They left it at 6.5. No matter how much money is bet on that game, they will never take it to the key number 7. What is the story that Vegas is trying to tell you?
They don't think that what, bro. Z, like I said, me and you think kind of like me and Z kind of think about this as like it's like a job. Like we got our, but this is literally a job.
It's chess. Think about chess. You're playing chess against the book. What are they? What's the story that they're trying to tell me? What do they want me to do? And do the opposite, and think about it like that. So, and this week is very unique with all the road favorites. This could be a week where the public goes crazy and wins like crazy, or this could be a week where the casinos clean up and the public.
The casino's gonna clean up. Hey Z, this is why all these road, because people are gonna say, man, the Jets suck, man. Yeah. Jets suck. I'm taking the Ravens with that 7 or whatever.
Yeah, -7.
And you know what? The Jets gonna cover every last bit of that fucking 7. You know what I mean? Because you didn't listen. You didn't listen to Charges of the Game Sports Betting Podcast, and you didn't listen when we said tease. The Ravens might win by 3 or 4, but they're gonna hang around, man. This is opening week. They might mess around and
win. Gets a garbage touchdown to lose.
Yeah, like
lose by 6.
My boy D was telling us that the Colts, we gonna get to them. The Colts haven't won a fucking week 1 game in 8 fucking years.
Yeah,
that turned my whole perspective around because I was on the Colts like crazy. But back to this game, man. I'm sorry, Niners fans. I mean, I'm actually from my boy Brian, man, is a Niners fan. I talked to him a little bit about him last podcast when we had Steve on, man. you guys are gonna run away with this game, man. In my opinion, I don't see it's gonna be close. Justin Fields is still having problems, and as much as
They
these
have
NFL,
no weapons.
yeah, he has no weapons at receiver. They gave their best receiver away to the Rams, and you got, like I said, Mooney and those guys. And I get it. Like I said, some of these networks are saying Justin Fields was improved and all this and that. Look, man, some of you guys got to understand that they're not going to blow up these players like that, man. When you really want to hear talk, like hardcore talk, listen to some of these player podcasts or analyst podcasts. That's when they'll blow them. These analysts on ESPN, NFL Network, they're not going to blow them up because they're national shows. So
if preseason told us something, their coach is super conservative. I mean, super conservative, like crazy old. They had every 4th and 1, he's punting, and I kept thinking
for the Bears,
it's the preseason 4th and 1 at the 46-yard line, and he's punting, and I'm thinking, okay, put that in my notebook. Bears coach, Mr. Conservative.
Don't overthink these games, man. Like I said, don't overthink. Like this Bears, I'm even comfortable laying at 7. Kyle Shanahan gonna give them something really serious. I mean, with his opening day with his new quarterback, he gonna come up with a game plan with Trey Lance. Trey Lance, really gonna look sharp in this one, man. In my opinion, I think they beat him by 2 touchdowns and a field goal or something crazy like that. That defensive line is real, man. Bosa, Armstead. I don't even know if they got D4, but they got what's the middle linebacker? Warner. Their secondary's improved. That defensive front is real. As can be, and then they still got some players that they still got Debo, they still got Ayuk. They still got that scheme with Shanahan. They got Kittle, who's a top tight end in the league. Yeah,
Ray McLeod.
Oh yeah, Ray, former
Ray.
Steeler. Yeah. So we got Ray. So
Mr. Lose 50 yards every punt return instead of trying to run upfield.
He looked a little better. He looked a little better out there now, man.
I was like, Ray, get him out of here. I mean, he got paid. They gave him a huge contract.
Yeah, Kyle. You know what it is? Kyle. He got players that fit his system and his scheme. Yeah. He got something for him. You know what I mean? But I mean, in this game,
it's a teaser for me. It's a teaser.
Yeah, teaser.
Take it down to 1, and then I'll combine it with the Ravens. There's the 2-team teaser. Ravens -7, Niners -7. Take them both 6-point teaser down to 1 each, and there's your bet.
Yeah, man. So like I said, we all got the Niners. Tease that down. That's easy. Come on, man. That's a no-brainer. To keep it simple, I'm giving you insight right now. Tease the Niners with the fucking Dolphins or some shit.
Ravens.
Or even Ravens. Dolphins or Ravens or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And keep it moving. But moving on, the next game is Philadelphia's in Detroit, man. Interesting matchup. Detroit is at home, like you said, the Hard Knocks thing. I'm just going to say this. Jalen Hurts, bro, you got everything. They should be okay. Like I said, that line's offensive line is shaky. Jared Goff is one of those big wind-up quarterbacks. He's not a 3-step. He's a 5-step drop guy. He has a long release.
They just added Chauncey Gardner from the Saints. Philly did.
Oh, yeah. Philly? Yeah, Philly's defense is real, man. Every last position for Philly is really, really, really good. Their offensive line, corners, receivers, their defensive line is incredible. The front seven, the linebackers is the only kind of really, really weak point. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, man, as long as they can really scheme up something, they should be fine. I'm not worrying about Jared Goff, man.
This is so crazy to me. Money is pouring in on Detroit. I mean, that is absolutely as much as Philly did to improve that team.
It's Jalen Hurts.
If Detroit was not on Hard Knocks, this line would be Philly -7. Like every other favorite on the road, like Baltimore -7, like San Francisco -7, Philly should be -7, not -5.5. And that's the Hard Knocks effect that makes it -5.
I'll say this. I mean, Dan Campbell, he seems like a good guy and all this and that, but Dan Campbell ain't out there fucking playing. When you got Big Jordan with Jordan Davis at the defensive tackle spot, You know what I mean? And Fletcher Cox. 'Cause, I mean, and you got Jared Goff who holds onto the fucking ball.
Hargrave at nose. I mean, Philly's got a strong defense, and then Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. You remember the fist fight he got into against the Bears. I mean, that's a tough dude to put it at safety.
Yeah,
and Philly went all out. I mean, they got rid of
paper. Yeah,
Jalen Reagor, the wide receiver. They added the guy from Tennessee. So you got weapons now. I mean,
AJ Brown. Yep.
AJ Brown. I mean. Yeah, they got weapons. They got tight ends, Dallas Goedert. I mean, Jalen Hurts is the key. That's another team. If Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over, just runs the offense.
Yeah.
Philly should be really good. Philly should be good.
Yeah, teams, like I said, good point. I mean, teams like that are ready to go, teams that are a quarterback away, teams like, we're talking about it now, teams like that, the Niners, the Dolphins, the Eagles, they just need their quarterback to be serviceable. As long as you're the Saints, I think the Saints will be fine. These teams are loaded, man.
I mean, think about it. On the outside, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, that's speed like crazy.
And they got Quiz Watkins is an underrated receiver.
Yeah,
he's pretty solid. So, like I said, they got these. The Eagles should really dominate. Week one, watch yourself. Like I said, this is
Goddard at tight end, Miles Sanders out the backfield. I mean, it's speed all over that offense. There's no way Detroit should be 5.5. If they were not on Hard Knocks, it should be a -7.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at this. They added Kaiser White from the Chargers at linebacker. They added Hassan Reddick on the edge. I mean, they added James Bradbury, corner from the Giants.
Really good corner, yeah.
They did Johnson at safety.
Yeah. I'm on the Eagles for this one. I'm on the Eagles. I'm on the Eagles money line. I like Eagles money line in this. I'm not taking Eagles, even if I tease it with plus money.
No, this is not a teaser because you have to go through the zero. It's a waste.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do that, just take
the money line.
Take the money line or take the 5.5.
Yeah.
There's in some cases, just trust yourself, trust your eyes, trust your gut, and tell yourself if the damn Lions weren't on Hard Knocks, would this line still be -5.5? Hell no. All the Eagles did.
Good point.
I'm gonna write that down. Eagles might go in the account as a bet.
Yeah, let's do it, man. So that kind of wraps up that.
Talk us into it.
Hey, next game on the schedule, man, is the Colts. We just touching on it a little bit. Colts in Houston. I'm not touching it.
If it gets to 7.5, I'll take Houston plus the 7.5. Nah, there's no way I'm taking the Colts. But Houston plus 7.5 may be a bet. Right now it's at 7. Just wait and see. If it gets to 7.5, that might be a bet.
See, now what I might do, because I'm stubborn, I'm not going to put major dollars on it. I'm gonna just put a few dollars out there on the Colts and Matt Ryan because I do like their team. I'm not going heavy on it. I'll just tease it with a small.
On paper, it should.
It's a huge mismatch, but it's division opponent. I want you guys to understand before you go out there and blow your money on this +/7 with the Colts on the road. No. Please don't do it. Please don't do that. You're gonna be looking like a big. But like I said, Z, all these big high pricey casinos exist for a reason. It's for people like that. They're going for this.
Road favorites do not win in the NFL. If you look at the history, road favorites do not win in the NFL.
Yeah.
And
pick your spots, and they're all road favorites this week. All of them. And that's why these casinos know what they know the type of people that they're catering to.
The NFL with their schedule, they're heavy into gambling. They do this on purpose. They put this schedule on purpose.
Yeah, they're trying to blow up your pockets.
Set a tone. Everybody been waiting, and they're like, let's give them this garbage kid and see what they do. I mean,
the NFL ain't shit, yo. Y'all are nasty. Whoever, if y'all reps for the NFL list, y'all are nasty for doing this, man. Because some of these people gonna go out there and spend all of this fucking money and betting on teams like the fucking Commanders over the Jags and
shit. Commanders -2.5.
Yo, and that's our next game. That's our next game. I mean, the Commanders are at home.
So the 2.5 is always telling you Vegas thinks Jacksonville is going to win. Yo, whenever you see a 2.5, that's the story they're trying to tell you.
Z, remember when we had Steve White, your Info Network, on last show? Remember what he said about Trevor Lawrence? He said, I asked him. I didn't leave any hints. Go back and listen to that last episode. I asked Steve White of NFL Network, who's a guy that looks really good in camp you think is going to make a big step forward? Like I said, I didn't give him any hints. He said, Jacksonville's quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, out of the blue. He said, this guy, NFL personnel and people that he's talked to, said this guy is catching on now. Okay? That's what he said. And all I could do was fucking laugh because I'm like, they're playing them goddamn Commanders. So what are you saying? He's Joe Burrow or some shit? You know what I mean? It's Joe Burrow versus the fucking Washington. You know what I mean? Because Jacksonville did get some decent pieces. You know what I mean? They got rid of the fucking pedophile dude.
They got a Super Bowl, replaced him with a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah. And Doug Peterson. So this game, Z, what do you think about this game?
For me, it's Jags or nothing. The stadium's going to be empty. There's going to be nobody there for the Commanders.
Empty as hell. It might be more Jags fans there than fucking the Commanders. I'm calling them Washington.
It's sitting at 2.5. And I cannot believe. And then this is Carson Wentz's nightmares from how he ended last season.
I forgot about that shit.
His 3 picks. Thank you, Jacksonville. We appreciate you. Took us to the playoffs. Greatly appreciated. We appreciate you. Thank you. Added to another playoff run. We appreciate Jacksonville. We appreciate Trevor Lawrence. So that defense. They see week 1. We get Carson Wentz again.
Oh my God, yo! This is the same team that made Carson Wentz with a way better offensive line and
that had nothing to play for. Right. Nothing to
all
play
they had to do was win one fucking game.
They were playing for Pittsburgh. They were playing for Pittsburgh.
And they went out there. Carson Wentz went out there and had himself one of the worst. He had the fucking GM. What did he say? He blew him out. He said he called Carson Wentz. You got to step up. He called him all types of names and shit.
He's still talking about him.
Yeah,
still talking about him.
And I want you. That's never really happened.
The owner of the team still is cursing out Carson Wentz.
Oh, shit. And you're Washington, he's your quarterback. I can't make this shit up, man. NFL, like I said, NFL ain't shit.
Washington at Philly, when he goes back to Philly, oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy.
I love the Philly fans. They funny as hell, man. They be scaring the shit out of people, man.
He got to walk past Nick Foles' statue in front of the building, and then got to go against Jalen Hurts, the dude who replaced him.
Yo. I love football. I love the NFL, boy. You know what I mean?
That was crazy. Imagine coming back that next year and every day walking past Nick Foles' statue. As you walk, and then he's your backup. As you're walking in the damn thing.
And the thing is, like I said, that's a big fucking deal because Carson Wentz made a big ass deal about Nick Foles and all of that shit. Like, he's. I'll say this. I want to talk about this game. Like I said, but to make a long story short, listen to the last episode. Steve did say there was one guy in the NFL. He said Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. I think he's gonna be much improved. I went had to go look at the weapons they added around him. The receiver that they overpaid for, he's pretty good. I think they got a something in mind for him. And then
he's the Deshaun Jackson role.
He's deep. Fast as shit.
That's if you think about Philly's offense when they won the Super Bowl. Philly special, multiple backs, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Mobile quarterback.
And Washington is very deceptive to that. But I'll say this, man. Washington, man, I'm just like,
And this is Brandon Sheriff's return. He signed with Jacksonville.
I forgot he's ready. He's ready to put people in the fucking dirt. I doubt it's gonna be Jonathan Allen, but and along those other guys on that front. But if Carson Wentz, I want you guys to understand, if Carson Wentz, because we've got a lot of people that listen, obviously we're DMV based podcast, Z, but a lot of Washington fans. If Carson Wentz was not doing good with the Colts, with his old coordinator coach, whatever, in one of the be honest
think
here.
about it.
A top two offensive line in the NFL.
Better? Who knows him better than Doug Peterson?
Right. And the thing, is that like he's going against his old coach. And if he wasn't good with the coach
who benched him and won a Super Bowl with his backup. Oh, but you can't tell this.
You played with the Colts. You had one of the best offensive lines in the league. You had a familiar, face in Frank Wright, who was your old offensive coordinator. They were all done with you. They said you were trash. Literally, the owner and the GM talking shit about you to this day. But the same shit are going off. They hate you. And then on top of that, you had the best running back in the NFL last year. They loaded the box. You had one-on-one matchups, pick your poison, and you still couldn't do what you were supposed to do. Like, come on, man. Like, I take Jacksonville in this game, man. I mean, I'll take Jacksonville in this game. I might even bet the game, but actually, I don't bet on too many games, so I stick to my. But I do like this game. If I were to bet it, I probably might tease it up and get more plus money with Jacksonville. I don't even understand how Washington's favored. They suck that bad. They literally suck that bad.
It's Jacksonville or nothing. I mean, I'm either going to bet Jacksonville or just stay away.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not. I don't even think the under. I mean, that's a little high for me. I don't even think Washington's going to even score over 20 fucking points. I think they score like 10 points or some shit. I don't even bet stuff like that. But I mean, the next game we're moving to the 4:00 hour. Z, man, the Chiefs are on the road. That's an interesting game.
I got my eye on this. I'm looking Chiefs. I mean, I think
the Chiefs.
I think my bets are going to be 4:00 games because right now I'm thinking.
Watch yourself with that Chiefs one now. The Cardinals get hot early. They almost unbeatable in
without Hopkins. I mean, Hopkins was what made that engine go.
But I'll say this. But I'm saying Kyler Murray is great. He's one of the best players in the league within the first 7 to 8 weeks. Because remember, I'm telling you, he starts breaking down. It's a reason why he put on that weight for that long, he gained a lot of weight. He gained like 15 pounds of muscle, but he did it for this long stretch because he was breaking down. But those
I still can't get that clause out of my head. Preparation clause, study clause they had in there. They had that thing in there for a reason.
Man, get it out. I'm telling you, please don't. Well, I mean, it's your money, but I mean, I'm just saying for me, I got the Cardinals in this game. I love this game. I love plus money. I tease it up. I tease that fucking game up and get what can I get? +9, +10 with the fucking Cardinals at home. Kansas City without Tyreek Hill, their defense is pretty solid. The Cardinals defense, and then you got Kyler Murray. Like I said, they're at home. He's one of the best players in the NFL within the first few weeks. I keep saying it. It's never failed me. It's never listened to the old podcast. I say after week, he breaks, after week 7, 8, 9, or 10, he breaks down like an old fucking auction car, man. You know what I mean? Kyler Murray, I'm talking about. He gained weight. Let's see if he can still hold that, heading into the later parts of the year. Like, he just gets banged up. He runs around. He's small. These guys start hitting him. You
got to remember, Andy Reid in the month of September is always hot. 10-0 straight up, 8-2 ATS in September games. They come out on fire every year, no matter who they play. I mean, that to me, the line reflects it. It opened opened at 3.5. Now it's at 6. So the money is all Kansas City. But that's strong. 10-0 straight up, 8-2 ATS, Kansas City in the month of September. Or Andy Reid in the month of September at Kansas City.
I just can't touch that one. I do like it. I do like the car. Actually, this in the 4 o'clock hour. I do like that bet. I'm probably taking that. I'm teasing that. I'll get more plus money with the Cardinals at home week 1. They're not. It's not going to be a blowout. They're at home. I like that game a lot. You'll get plus
look,
10.
Our first head-to-head battle. I'm on the Chiefs. So
yeah.
give me the Chiefs. I would lay the 5.5 with the Chiefs.
Okay.
I will bank on Kelsey and Mahomes and
complete opposite.
Good old Juju to make something happen.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm complete opposite. I like the Cards. I like the Cards at home. I think Kyler Murray's gonna come out there and put on a show. Just Chiefs lost their fucking best player in the defense in Tyrann Mathieu, and now you're out there with Daniel Sorensen and people like that in the fucking safety position.
They signed the guy from the Saints who's decent. Safety.
He's all right. He ain't Matthew, but yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at that team. I like the Cardinals. The Cardinals got too much speed. They'll have to do something. Kyler Murray's gonna be ready to play in this game. First 8 weeks, hop on the Cardinals. Don't miss the train. Let's see. Oh, next game. Jay's not here with us, but the Raiders are going, to LA and they're playing the Chargers.
So Chargers we finally got a home favorite. And I like the Raiders in this game. I would take I'll take the 3. 3 is a key number. Give me that +3. It's in LA. The Raiders crowd is going to dominate because Chargers have no fans, so the stadium's going to be 90% people screaming Raiders.
They travel well.
No, but LA is their old home, so they still got LA fans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Chargers ain't got no fucking fans. So, I mean, it's going to be a heavily Raiders-based crowd. I ain't going to spend long on this game. Like you said, you got the Raiders.
I like the +3.
Obviously, Jay has the Raiders. He's a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
I like the Raiders. For the many reasons I've been telling you guys about all year. They've been one of my bets of the year. I said take the Raiders in the division. Yeah. You know what I mean? All of that shit. Like, you're going to see it. Like I said, they're on the road, but at home. This Chargers team, I think a lot of passive people are kind of crowning the Chargers. You know what I mean? In this division. I do know that they did add Khalil Mack and some key pieces and all of this and that. But this Raiders team, man.
Corner from the Patriots, Jackson, he's good.
Yeah, they added some good pieces, but at the end of the day, I don't trust their coach, man. He overthinks stuff, and when you overthink, I don't even think he's a real football coach, in my opinion. He should be in the front office somewhere breaking down stats and analytics, in my opinion. That's just my opinion,
And that's another advantage McDaniels has. So yeah,
the coaching
advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we look at this Raiders squad. It's like
Devontae Adams' debut.
I was gonna say that.
I mean,
reunited from Fresno State. Carr and his boy Devontae Adams. That's when they went to college together. For the people that don't know, that's what I'm talking about. Started together at Fresno State, and they're reunited. And then you got Hunter Winthrop
and then Darren Waller.
Waller, man. They got some other decent receivers that were coming along. I can't remember all the names.
Got rid of the dead weight on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels didn't play. He got rid of all Mike Mayock.
He didn't play at all, dog.
He got no loyalty to them.
He added Chandler Jones, the edge rusher opposite of Max Crosby. Max is probably gonna have one-on-ones then. He's really gonna shine. Yeah, I like the Raiders in this game, man. So don't overthink it. I like the Raiders. We'll move on. We both like the Raiders, actually. Yeah. This is an interesting game, Z. A few more games left. So the Packers are on the road playing the Vikings. This game is funny, man.
I like the Vikings. The money line. Give me the plus money. I'll take the Vikings with the plus money on the money line. Yeah, it's always a tough game. Always. Vikings at home. Always give them a hard time. Aaron Rodgers could not win in Minnesota. And now he doesn't have any weapons. I mean, what happened this week? The dude, Alan Lazard, somebody stepped on his foot. He hadn't practiced all week.
Yeah. And Lazard ain't that great to begin with. Dude can't get separation. He's
Yeah,
slow.
but without
But
him,
yeah,
you're stuck with Sammy Watkins and what's the other old guy they got?
Randall
From
Cobb.
Randall Cobb. I mean, come on. And he went from Devontae Adams to Sammy Watkins, Randall Cobb, and two rookies.
He might as well invite back was Jordy Nelson. It's people like that. You know what I mean? Hey, Jordy, you want to come play again, brother? You know what I mean? I could use you. You know what I mean? These slow ass dudes. But
And then you're going against Jordan Jefferson. You're going. I mean, Cousins.
they're talking about him as a possible MVP candidate, Kirk Cousins.
And they're running the Rams offense. So Jordan Jefferson, I seen a press conference with him. He's like, "No, I know why Cooper Kupp is so damn good." That's exactly what he said in the press conference.
And
that's I can't wait to get going.
That's why I love the Vikings this year. You brought up a good point, Z. Is the coaching change?
Yeah.
They had Mike Zimmer, a defensive-minded coach in an offensive-led NFL league. And that's what scares me about the Bucs a little bit, but I will get to that later in the show.
And they have a history. O'Connell was Cousins' quarterback coach with Washington. When Washington went to the playoffs.
Can you imagine that? You had all these guys in your building.
Sean McVay was a tight end coach. You had the Green Bay coach was on there.
Floor,
yeah, he was on that staff. I mean, that is, and then
you stuck with
Shanahan was on that staff because his dad was the head coach. I mean, and they had RG3 and Kirk Cousins as their two quarterbacks.
And you stuck with, and they let all the wrong guys go. They stuck with RG3. They let Kirk Cousins walk. Washington, why do you got to suck so bad?
That whole all that offensive staff are head coaches now. Because McVay took him to LA, and then he made them head coaches. Because if you're close to McVay, you become a head coach.
Washington is crazy, man. And all those guys are head coaching job. You stuck with Jay Gruden, an alcoholic, and now Jay is some type of consultant for somebody?
With the Rams. McVay
trying to get a job.
McVay hired him because McVay got his start with the Bucs when John Gruden was there. I saw a thing where Tomlin was the DB coach, McVay was his intern. And they've been cool for 10, 15 years, the Bucs since the Bucs first Super Bowl. And that's why they still cool to this day.
Man. Like I said, I love the Vikings in this game. I like the Vikings.
I'll take a money line. I think
for all the reasons we just talked about. Aaron Rodgers has no weapons. He used to just go to his bailout in Devontae Adams. Nobody can beat man-to-man coverage. Nobody's gonna get separation at all. That's what Aaron Rodgers thrives on. You just give him somewhere to throw. There's nobody that scares him. The Vikings defense is pretty solid. They got a good linebacker, good defensive front. Corners are pretty solid, and then the offense should be elite. Like I said, Mike Zimmer was absolutely a horrible head coach for that team. He was not running that organization right. But moving on, we all on the Vikings. Not gonna spend long on this. They both suck. The Titans are at home playing the Giants. Z, who you got in this one? I'm not even elaborating on this one. They both suck. I'm sorry.
This is irrelevant. Stay away. I
ain't betting it. If I had to bet, if you guys want to know, I'll take the Titans. Titans should beat the fucking Giants. They suck. I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. I might actually bet on the Titans because, the Giants just suck so fucking bad. Tease it down, just get the Titans to win with another game. That's my opinion on it. But these last two games, man, 2 games to go. And this next game, man, Bucs fans, you see, y'all got the hat on, y'all got the jersey on. This is our time, man. So the Bucs are going into Dallas with the rematch of last year's season opener, and the Sunday night game was a very fun game last year for the NFL, not for the fans. The Bucs. It was a close game. Dak came out there off the injury and heated us up something nice. Now he's got us in Dallas at home. And, I know Dallas has a lot of injuries. well, both have a lot of injuries, but they had some injuries on the offensive front. Was it Smith, the left tackle, was out for a long period of time. Um, who was this? So it was another injury too. I can't remember on the Dallas side. But anyway, Dallas has some pieces. Dallas has some pieces that can threaten.
They just signed Jason Peters as a tackle, but he's on. Listen to this mess. He's on the practice squad, so they don't have to guarantee his contract. Because if you're on the practice squad week 1, and then he'll be active week 2, so they're going to have their rookie starting at left tackle, and that is going to be a bullseye on the rookie's chest. Welcome to the NFL. You start at left tackle. So I don't know if he's going against who's that, Tryon, or who's the other edge?
Shaq Barrett.
Oh my gosh, Shaq Barrett is the blindside.
Yeah,
rookie, welcome to the
NFL. Yeah, man. So I'm looking at that matchup. But yeah, Bucs fans in this matchup, man. And I'm not gonna touch on all of that stuff with Tom. Man, leave Tom alone, man. Leave Tom alone. Leave Giselle alone. We don't know what's going on, man. All right, we're not speculating. We're not that type of podcast in that regard. And just in general, leave the people alone, man. Leave people alone. Y'all sitting there.
It starts for real. And it's revenge, because remember, Cowboys got him last
year. Yeah. So like I said, it's in Dallas. We almost lost. CeeDee Lamb came out there and was cooking. I'm talking about cooking. Amari Cooper cooking. Cedric Wilson's gone. But he was cooking. Both of those guys are going. That's our only way to win. I just think Dallas is kind of thin at receiver. If Dallas had another receiver, Gallup is hurt, I think.
Yeah, Gallup's out. James Washington is out. I mean, they're thin.
Yeah, Bucs. I mean, they should really win this game. If the Bucs don't win this fucking game, it's a huge kind of mismatch on paper.
What's the money line for the Bucs? Is it high?
This game.
It's 2.5. You're only laying
it's 2.5. It's 2.5, man. So, like I said, the money line's minus 140. It's not bad at all for a team that a lot of people are picking to go to the Super Bowl. So you got Tom Brady. Like I said, the Bucs, we got to also look at. We had injuries too. Our starting center, who's arguably the second or third best player on our offense. Behind Tom Brady and Mike Evans, Jensen is hurt. Ali Marpet retired, our left guard. He was an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler for many years.
Is Godwin okay?
Godwin's good. He's playing.
Okay.
Godwin's good. I'm not necessarily. I'm just worried about the offensive line, man. Because, like I said, Dallas, their defensive line is pretty. They're okay. They still got Parsons, who comes off that edge. And if he's going against Donovan Smith, man, if Parsons is matched up on Donovan Smith, we're gonna have to do something, because he'll eat Donovan Smith alive. I still don't understand why we paid this guy. He plays decent sometimes. Sometimes he looks like the worst starter in the NFL. But anyway, in this game. Watch out for that offensive line.
Like Steve said, the story of the NFL, offensive line problems with every team.
Man, I'm telling you, moms and dads, if you got a big kid raising to be an offensive line, I'm telling you, he'll get paid. He'll get paid. You know what I mean? Don't worry about him being some fucking running back and scoring touchdown. They don't get paid. Z knows that ain't shit. Running backs ain't shit.
Dime a dozen.
They don't get paid nothing like that. Like I'm saying, NFL normal everyday people. I don't want to disrespect. That's a lot of money. From NFL standards, that ain't nothing. If you're a guard, if you're a center, if your son snaps the ball, he's doing a good job. Keep feeding him. Keep feeding him because he'll be fine.
Dallas still struggling with that Zeke contract. That's why they can't sign nobody, because they give Zeke all that money.
That's a lot of fucking for a running back. And then Zeke is walking around here wearing fucking man bags and purses and shit. I know. A fucking Facebook flagged me earlier because I called him a fucking fag. And like I said, this is like a podcast. I don't say what I want. But I mean, my man sitting there walking around with a fucking man bag, and I don't give a fucking fashion or not. I don't give a fuck about mainstream media, man. I don't, like I said, that fucking shit is emasculating. It's ridiculous. Motherfuckers got nose rings and look like fucking weirdos.
Different.
And no, they
I'll just
weirdos.
say.
Z. Yeah, you say that. I'll say this. You're fucking weirdos. You know, I don't give a fuck if you play football or not. But I mean, let's go, man. Bucks, like I said, opening night. I love it. Let's do it. Joe Tron, show me something. Let's get the win. I like the Bucks in this game. I'm probably gonna tease it, play around with it, or just money line. And then the last matchup, Z man, is the Broncos on the road Monday night game in Seattle. So
Russ back to Seattle.
So what do we think about that, man?
Seahawks -6. What is it? 6.5? Yeah. I mean, that's Seahawks. Broncos -6.5. I'm taking it. Russ gonna destroy it.
Yeah.
Russ is gonna go crazy. I mean, that is his revenge. After all he did for them, just to dump him like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: if this is how you guys are supposed to do it, and this kind of leads me to the sports betting segment. If you guys land everything right and do what you're supposed to do, if you get all your winnings and you win on Sunday, if you got a lot of money on Sunday, I mean, you're supposed to put this on that Monday night game, because this is a clear mismatch with this Seahawks and Broncos squad. A lot of people love this Broncos squad. They added Russell Wilson. He went to the Broncos because the Broncos have weapons. They got receivers. They got Jerry Jeudy and was it Cam? Who was it? That was Sutton, Cortland Sutton. They got the tight end. What's the dude's name? Noah Fant. Their defense is really, really good. They just stayed. Their offense just couldn't fucking put up no fucking points. So Justin Simmons and was Chubb on
They can run the ball with Javonte Williams. They got Melvin.
Two running backs. Melvin, yeah, him too.
And Jerry Jeudy. I mean,
yeah, man.
The guy from Penn State, KJ Hamler.
Yep.
Two slot guys who can go. You got Jeudy and Hamler coming at you, two jitterbug slot guys. And then on the outside, you got Cortland Sutton. That is.
Yeah, Broncos got a lot of threats. This is probably one of the best teams on offense, balance-wise, that Russ has probably had, honestly, as far as balance, offensive line, running back, things like that. Who's their head coach? Broncos?
Hackett from former offensive coordinator of Green Bay.
I don't know much about him, to be honest, but we'll see.
Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers' coach for years and years and years.
Okay. All right.
So he's a quarterback guru, and he got Russ. So
all right. Well, Mr. Hackett, you get from one Hall of Famer to the next. So
just to show you how deep they are. Malik Reed was a defensive end who had 9 sacks for them last year. He wasn't going to make the team, and they traded him to the Steelers to be TJ's backup. After cuts, right before the deadline of cuts, they asked him where you. I mean, this tells you how the new Broncos, the way they operate. They got a new GM, brother, and he went to him after all those years. Dude was an undrafted free agent, and asked him where he wanted to go. He said Pittsburgh. They took the 6th-round pick and sent him to Pittsburgh instead of taking a better trade and sending him somewhere he didn't want to go. So that tells you something about it tells you how deep they are at outside linebacker.
Yeah.
But
they got Randy Gregory too.
Yeah.
Randy Gregory's with him. He's a guy opposite of Chubb that can really make some noise. He did a decent job in Dallas.
Yeah. And they just basically dumped their number 2 sack guy for last year because they got so many edge guys on the team. I mean, so their defense is going to be coming. Geno Smith. I mean, interesting fact. So I was looking online. So Geno Smith and Trey Lance are the only 2 quarterbacks who are not named captains on their teams. And so Trey Lance, Kyle Shanahan said he's never started a game, so that's understandable. But Geno been there for a while. They didn't vote him a captain.
Geno not a starter either, though. Geno not a starter at all. But I mean, like I said,
Every other NFL quarterback is a captain on his team.
If you guys made out winning on Sunday, man, and if you guys just load up, I'm not saying do everything. Like, that's a lot of what I do, and that's why I win so much. I load up on that Monday night game, a lot of my winnings, and kind of just blow it up so I can get real money. But yeah, come on, this is an easy game. Can't miss this. But yeah, let's close out with the sports bets, man. So let me see what I got here. Pull up stuff for you guys. So we kind of talked a little bit about it.
You got anything on college yet so far?
I did. So, I mean, like I said, we're recording the show on Wednesday. So, a lot of stuff is due to change. I want you guys to understand that. But a lot of this stuff, in my opinion, I don't really see much changing, especially because I really do. Unless somebody gets hurt, what I mean? Like some of these best players or something crazy. But I'll go first, man. So, on the college football side, I love Arkansas. That is my best bet. Against South Carolina. I think South Carolina, did they lose last week or something? Or they
no, they won, but they got Spencer Rattler as a quarterback. I think he threw like 2 or 3 picks.
Spencer Rattler.
The guy transferred from Oklahoma.
Yeah,
welcome to South Carolina with interception party.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler ain't it, man. And I've seen him in all types of commercials and shit like that.
Oh, he's getting that money. NIL. Yeah,
he's getting real money. Yeah, Arkansas's defense is real. Arkansas's rush attack is real. The only thing why they kind of get that stigma is because they run the ball and it looks ugly. They milk the clock and they win.
And the quarterback runs the ball, and that's how. If they get a lead that fourth quarter, I mean, last week we had a -6.5, and they ran out the last 4 minutes of that game. It was so beautiful. Just kept running the ball first down.
Yeah, that's what they do.
First down. I was like, oh, yeah.
You can't stop it, man. So I love Arkansas over South Carolina. That's easy to me. Like I said, we talked about it. We're talking about Houston, UTSA. I'm on your boys now. I love y'all guys over Army, baby. So let's go. I'm on UTSA. I love their quarterback. I love their offense, their defense. I hope they can just stand up to the Army rushing attack because they literally run the fucking ball every fucking play.
Over in that game is a nice bet too.
Yeah, because Army can put up some points.
Yeah, it's gonna be some
Army
points.
puts up some points. I think they barely lost to App State last week, or another team I like. But another game I like is Western Michigan. They're on the road at facing Ball State. It's in Ball State. Western Michigan puts up a lot of fucking points, and I love their offense. I love what they do. My other game, I just mentioned it, the team, App State, man. App State +20 over Texas A&M is at home. I get it. App State can put up some points, man.
And Texas A&M offense struggled last week.
Yes, and that's why I'm just like, I don't see how they even – this could be – App State might mess around and fucking win this game. I might even mess around and –
They I think what was it? They scored 48 points, I think, in the fourth quarter against North Carolina. That was the wildest fourth quarter I've ever seen. I think it was 40 points in the fourth quarter. App State scored. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, man. So I love this App State. App State +20. I love that. I don't love this bet, but it's a bet I'm keeping my eye on. I like Memphis with Memphis and Navy. Memphis, I think they're better talent. They should beat Navy. Like I said, I'll keep my eye on that one. Also, like Houston, I'm gonna tease them. They're getting plus money with Houston, who brought a lot of players back. They got my quarterback. I forgot my man Clayton Tune. He's doing a good job.
They got the running back who transferred from Texas Tech to Houston. So he was the leading rusher for Texas Tech last year. He's Houston's running back this year. He gets
over the Houston side. Yeah. So like I said, if I'm getting +2 with Houston, if you don't even feel comfortable, it's an in-state. You can tease that up. You get +8, 9. Crazy. Let's do it.
So a receiver and the running back. So Texas Tech beat Houston last year. Their leading receiver and leading running back both transferred to Houston.
Yeah, like Houston getting paid though. Them boys getting paid real though. Like Texas Tech, I saw their
Coach Data, great man, Data Holmes.
And Texas Tech's NIL deals, they give all the guys something.
Yeah,
Houston is free game. You get what you get. They getting big dollars over there. But what was it? I love. And my other college football was Florida over Kentucky. I love Florida. They're going to be a home swamp. I know Kentucky is a pretty solid team, but the Gators is something but them playing at home, and then they're playing a spiral ball. They just beat a ranked team, Utah. They really weren't supposed to win that fucking game. A lot of people had them losing bad to Utah, but, good opening showing with that. And then on the NFL side, like I said, I'm going to keep it short and simple, man. Don't overthink a lot of these games. tomorrow night, which is gonna be today for you guys when we put the episode out. I'm taking the Bills money line with over the Rams, and then I might tease them up with another game, possibly and get some more. Well, get some plus money on the game. So I love that. I like the Ravens a little bit. I kind of talked myself out of it, especially with the Lamar stuff. But my big money bet is definitely the Saints. I love the Saints. I love the Saints. Tease that down. I even like the -5.5. That is simple. That's an easy bet. They should crush Atlanta easily. Don't overthink that fucking game, man. Play around with that fucking Saints game. I also love the Dolphins. I talked myself into that one. I'm gonna do a lot more research on that one. But I love the Dolphins opening night, opening day. They're gonna be in Miami. It's gonna be hot as hell. It's literally a tracks team, like Z kind of just talked about. The Patriots don't have the team speed, and if the Dolphins just do moderately, they should crush, the Patriots. You know what I mean? They should really just bowl them over with the speed and just blow them out. I like the Bengals. I'm probably going to tease that down, just get the Bengals just to win with another game. So I love that. I love the Niners, who are on the road, with the -7. I love the -7 in that game. I'm not even a spread guy. But yeah, I mean, if you, like I said, if you don't feel confident, tease it down, and just get +1 or -1, -2, something like that. I like the Eagles. And then for the late games, I'm going to play around and see once it gets closer. I do like the Cardinals. And I love the Raiders. If you're getting plus money, tease that up, get some more plus money. I love the Vikings. I love that bet. And then Tennessee. I like Tennessee. That's clearly a mismatch versus this Giants squad. They got Derrick Henry back. He's healthy. And then I like the Bucks. They should win. And then I like the Broncos. Love the Broncos. I know there's a lot of games for you guys, but like I said, I mean, kind of, that's a lot of games. And, I'm going to I'm gonna do something different, a little different this year. I'm gonna try to keep track of a lot of the bets so you can kind of look at the percentages and stuff like that. So we'll kind of let you guys know what's going on in real time. But in my perspective, look at a lot of the stuff that I kind of told you guys before I let Z go. I mean, last year I said for sure that the Rams were gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. What did the Rams do? The Rams went out there and won the fucking Super Bowl. The Bucks, won the Super Bowl the year before. A lot of the teams that did do it, what I said they were going to do, they did. You know what I mean? So, from my perspective, I'm happy as football's back from a sports betting perspective, and just in general, it gives me something to talk about, kind of rock out with you guys too, and everything like that. But overall, man, let's get this money, man. See what you got.
So on the college side, my first bet, I like Air Force over Colorado. Colorado played TCU last week. They gave up 275 yards rushing. You got that wishbone attack coming in with Air Force. They can't stop the run at all, and Air Force going to run right through them. Right now, it's Air Force -17. I'm all over Air Force. That is their strength versus Colorado's weakness. It's made for Air Force. Then my other bet is Bama first half -11 versus Texas. I'll take them full game too, -20. I think Texas's defense, they can't deal with the speed that Bama gonna bring on offense, and then the size on Bama's defense. The freshman quarterback, freshman offensive tackle. Yeah, welcome. You're gonna be in the SEC in a couple years. You're gonna get your SEC welcome this week. And so that on the college side, those are basically my two bets. On the pro side, I like Vikings money line. That's my favorite bet of the week over Green Bay. I'm also betting Monday night Broncos -6.5. I'm taking the Steelers plus the 6.5, and then games I'm leaning to but haven't bet yet would be the Chiefs minus the 5.5, Raiders plus 3.5, and the Eagles minus the 5.5 too over Detroit. I don't believe in Detroit. I think it's that hard knocks spike that they got. I mean, I'm gonna trust my eyes over what the numbers are saying, because the numbers are saying stay away because so much money is being bet on Detroit. So normally the better in me, this better would have stayed away from that game, but sometimes you got to just trust your eyes. And so, but I think my favorite bets, definitely, I love Vikings money line. I like the Chiefs, I like the Steelers, and I like the Broncos on Monday night over Seattle.
I hear you, man. I mean, well, like I said, that's a lot of good bets. ZR, you always come with the good bets, man. And then Jay will join us next show, man. But like I said, that kind of wraps up the show, man. 2-hour show for you guys, you know. So if it's wherever you listen, was Apple Podcast, Spotify, the YouTube channel. If you're on the Apple Podcast platform, leave a review, leave the 5-star, stuff, leave good comments. If you're on YouTube, leave a like, hit the like button, share the show. Subscribe, let's talk. Facebook, same thing. The link, all the stuff that you want to know is down at the bottom of the description. Do that, man. And then obviously bet US with the promo code to the game. Simply 8 vitamin gummies. Like I said, football's back, man. So go ahead, let's do it. And let's get ready, man. Let's get this money. If you're a fan, if you just don't like betting, you just want to watch the game, that's cool. But this is another added function, especially this year, because it's a lot more legal now for a lot of other
lot more spaces, yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna be hearing a lot of that. We kind of started this before it really got blown up. Everybody's talking about it now. But shout out to all of our guests that we've had on in the past. We're gonna be having on in the future. We got a lot of good stuff happening, and then if we got some guys in the group or that listen to the show that do play Madden, I'm looking for somebody to possibly run a Charges to the Game Madden group. It'll probably be a money league. Maybe a few $100s for the Super Bowl winner, or maybe even a buy-in league where the prop might even grow. You play Madden, and if you're good, and if you're not worrying about play calling, people running the same plays and all of this and that, I can't help that, man. If you can't stop the fucking play, then I don't know what else to tell you. But I'm looking for a guy to possibly run a Charges to the Game Madden group. I'm looking for one on either PS4, PS5, and then Xbox. So like I said, it'll be a money league, emails down there. Most of you guys kind of know me. Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and just in reference to that, you know what I mean? Just looking for somebody that can run that group, run that side, and that that wants to win money and kind of have fun with it. And I also have something in store for that as well. So, but I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't want to get too long-winded with it, man. So open days coming. We'll see you guys next show, man, and enjoy your NFL games.